All right. So before we proceed, I just want to know that now we're going to get into the description of the big-eyed heavenly holy virgins. This is R-rated. Like I said, this is not me. You have to tell Allah to tone it down, and the Islamic scholars that we're going to show here, and Muhammad and his companions. But we will see uh, some interesting clips from some great scholars. Let's go into it. And after that, we'll take our call.
وصفها وصفا دقيقا حتى وصف أجزاءها فقال جل جلاله إن للمتقين مفازا حدائق وأعنابا وكواعب أترابا أتدري ما معنى وكواعب أترابا؟ أي أفداء الحور. الله جل جلاله يصف أفداء، نعم، حتى يعلمك ما في الجنة وأنه لا حياء في هذه الأمور، حتى يجعلك تتنافس وتتسابق. إنها رسالة إلى من ضيع الجنة بشهوة ساعة. اسمع أفداء الحوريات كيف وكواعب أترابا، أي نواهد الحور كالرمان ليست متدلية إلى أسفل، زيادة في الحسن والجمال. أين المحبون للنساء؟ أين المشتاقون للحور؟ كم هم الذين باعوا الحوريات لأجل فتاة سافرة فاجرة؟ قال الله جل وعلا حتى الجماع والمعاشرة ذكره الله حتى يشوق، حتى يعلمك ما في الجنة. ليس فقط أكل وشرب ونعيم، بل هناك جماع ليس كجماع الدنيا، وهناك نساء ليسوا كنساء الدنيا. قال ربي جل جلاله إن أصحاب الجنة اليوم في شغل فاكهون هم وأزواجهم على الأرائك متكئون. قال أبو مسلم قلت لابن عباس ما شغلهم؟ الله يقول إن أصحاب الجنة في شغل، هل عندهم أشغال؟ عندهم ما انتهى النصب والتعب والعبادة؟ ما الذي شغلهم يا ابن عباس؟ قال شغلهم افتراض الأبكار، شغلهم افتراض الأبكار. هل في الجنة جماع ومعاشرة؟ نعم. عن ابن عباس قيل يا رسول الله أنفضي إلى نسائنا في الجنة كما نفضي إليهن في الدنيا؟ قال والذي نفس محمد بيده إن الرجل ليفضي في الغداة الواحدة إلى 100 عذراء. 100 عذراء. والأعجب والأغرب أنه كلما عاد إليها وجدها بكرا وزيادة، زيادة في اللذة والأنس. يجدها بكر كما قال، ليست كنساء الدنيا تفضل بكارة وتنتهي، بل كلما خرج وزار العزيز الحميد ثم عاد يجدها بكرا. أهل الجنة يعطون قوة في المأكل والمشرب والمطعم والجماع، حتى في الجماع، لأن هناك من أهل الجنة من قد يزوج ب100 وربما بأكثر، وهو يعطى قوة 100، يعني يستطيع في غداة واحدة يجامع 100 امرأة أو 100 حورية نساء الجنة.
Do you want to let's comment on that before we go to the next one?
I mean, what the hell was that?
I don't get it. Like, how is that
kind
feeling?
of obvious nonsense? And this is basically 7th century Arabian word porn disguised as religious nonsense.
It's weird. Like, why would you even want that? It's just strange.
Just to recap, he's saying that, and what he does is وَكَوَائِبَ أَتْرَابًا, and he emphasizes that verse. He recites it with a lot of emphasis, saying what he's reciting is, and the women will have big or nice-sized breasts. And then he's explicitly not hiding anything, saying, yes, Allah did this just to give you an incentive to make you lust for paradise. Which looks very bad that women are being used as objects to lure men to believe and do things for Allah's sake. So are they really doing it for Allah's sake, or are they doing it to attain the huris in heaven, right? There's one thing is that. Then he's saying like the objectification is insane, where women have boobs like pomegranates and that they don't sag, and that like you can have sex with 100 virgins and then you have the strength of 100 men, and then you'll have sex with 100 virgins in one morning, and you break their hymen, and then they'll restore itself. Like the obsession with virgins, and it's disturbing. Like it's
Yeah,
actually disturbing.
it's really weird, and I don't know. Coming from the West, I don't really understand that. Like this question says, what if you prefer women with some experience? Like again, it's just
Exactly.
weird. It's just like
The theology doesn't make sense, heads or tails.
it's just weird. Yeah. Should I go
What
to
if somebody likes saggy tits?
next?
Right? Like what? Is he forced to be stuck with Kawaiba Atraba?
And
Right?
it's like normally, I mean, when you have sex, you're done and you move on with your life. You do other things. It's not like you just want to do it all day. It's just, why would you want to do it all day? I mean,
Yeah,
it's just weird. Like,
well, one of the reasons why, like we see, is a lot of times the people who undergo, like, if we assert that Muhammad was an epileptic, they go with hypersexual episodes, right? And this can manifest in the religious text, which is you can see showing up here, where he got obsessed with sex that lingered into the heavenly descriptions, his obsessiveness. And then after Khadija, he ended up marrying like what 13 women and then some sex slaves and whatnot. So it could be that, and this could be a possible explanation, but it's just disturbing. The fact that you're body shaming women too, and he's literally saying you went after a unveiled
oh
whore,
yeah,
which is just ridiculous. Like,
yeah. And someone asked a good question. What about hold on. Oh yeah, so someone said this is what jihadis fight for. Yeah, this is what jihadis fight for because sexual frustration is an actual issue for
yeah,
people that join these things. They don't let them date, they don't let them have girlfriends, boyfriends, or whatever. And then they tell them, well, this is one way you can get whatever you want, and then they take advantage of that sexual desire, right? Now, there was a good question here. I'm trying to find it. What about the women, the wives on earth? Oh, here I found it. Okay. How about the real life wife? So basically, do you want to talk about this? Answer this question?
yeah. Basically, it said that the wives in heaven, their beauty will be magnified, and they'll be even more beautiful than these hur. So I don't know. I don't even want to listen to these guys describe the believing women in paradise as if they're describing hurs like this. Like,
Yeah, it's just so weird. Like, yeah, women ask this question a lot. What about me? Like, yeah, my husband's going to be over there screwing number one, number two, number three, whatever, up to
100
70.
in a day, yeah.
Yeah, maybe not 100, maybe 72, maybe not 72, maybe two. Even if it's just two, like the Quran itself says that they'll have two mates. Then what about me? Like, I'm his wife. What do I get? What's up with that? And the I don't know if there's a hadith, but the scholars say
Yeah, something like
what you just said. Basically, the wife will be even more beautiful. So then,
Mhm.
what's the point?
Yeah.
It's just weird. Like everything about this is so weird. Like,
And like you wanna ask like what's the subjective standard of beauty? Because what is beautiful for one person is not beautiful to the other, right? Like that's
yeah.
the thing. It's such arbitrary nonsense. But anyways, the video on the right will go into more detail about the bodily anatomy of the horse. I'll tell you that they don't sweat in you because it's a minute long, so we'll quickly
Okay.
watch that and then we'll take a call.
الذي خلق الحور الحسان كأنهن الياقوت والمرجان فجعلهن للمؤمنين قاصرات الطرف لم يطمثهن إنس قبلهم ولا جان أخي أتحبها فلك زوجتان لدخولك الجنان لا حيض ولا نفاس لا بصاق ولا مخاط لا بول ولا غائط بل لو أن امرأة من أهل الجنة اطلعت على أهل الأرض لأضاءت ما بينهما ولملأته ريحا لذا تعطى في الجنة قوة كذا وكذا من الجماع قيل يا رسول الله أو نطيق ذلك قال يعطى قوة 100 رجل فهي تغار عليك وتغني لك واسمع إلى قول الحبيب صلى الله عليه وسلم وهو يقول إن الحور العين لا تغنين في الجنة لكن ليس كغناء كوكبة الشرق
أو العندليب. لا، فيا من فتنت بالأغاني الماجنة ويا من استمع للأغاني الفاجرة، لا تحرم نفسك من غناء الحور العين بصوتها الرخيم.
All right. That was interesting. You gotta
There's
wonder.
what
gotta-
are these hoodies? I'm confused.
They,
They have no
yeah.
urine, no excrement, no menstruation, no childbirth, no saliva.
Well, what I'm wondering is, how do you have sex with someone who has no bodily fluids, like no saliva, like no lubrication? I mean, that's just weird. Like, it's just weird. Like, I don't know. These are like aliens or something.
Yeah, like again, just one thing I need to reiterate to the audience here, that we're not getting off on this. It's just that this is so absurd.
Yeah.
It is so absurd. We're just trying to show you that. Anyways, let's go to the next slide.
Oops.